markets. Remember, a lot of the Indian companies, stocks that are trading on Indian exchanges have a huge exposure to the European markets. Either they are situated there or have business there. And some of those stocks are on our radar. In fact, my colleague Varinder Bansal joins us with the entire update. Varinder, tell us.
Well, it's a kind of situation when if tomorrow, when the final results comes in, if Europe stays, you will see everything moving up. If it's exit, you will see everything moving down. But in Indian markets, there are sectors and companies which are more sensitive to Europe, which you have to keep an eye on. Clearly, auto sector is the one which is the highest, which has the highest sensitivity to Brexit final results which will be coming in. And in auto sector, it's Tata Motors you got to watch out for, because Tata Motors as a company drives nearly 16% of revenues and 19% of profits from UK and EU. This is the data which has of course been sourced from Credit Suisse note. But the important thing is we have heard JLR CEO even mentioning that if there's an exit which happens, there could be probably a damage of as high as nearly £1 billion on the company. So Tata Motors for me will be one close stock to watch out for. Even otherwise, companies like Motherson Sumi, 55% of revenues are coming from Europe. Bharat Forge, 40% of revenues coming from Europe. Mahindra CIE, 65%. Apollo Tyres, nearly 30%. So clearly, in auto sector, they are the most sensitive in terms of what happens to Brexit. Watch out for Tata Steel as well, because 30% of sales are coming from UK. So that could be another stock in that space to be watched out for. IT services, a normal trend, anywhere between 20 to 30% of revenues are coming from there. So you can't pick any specific company out of the IT services. So whether it's TCS, Infosys, Wipro, HCL Tech or Tech Mahindra, they all derive anywhere between 20 to 30% from the European markets. In the pharma space, watch out for Aurobindo Pharma, because in the large cap, that is the stock which has the highest sensitivity to European markets. 22% of its revenue coming from Europe. Otherwise, other bigger stocks have very less. Lupin only 3%, Dr. Reddy's only 5%. So for me, if I'm tracking that, Tata Motors number one on the list. Followed by other important auto stocks. Of course, Tata Steel, Aurobindo Pharma in the pharma space, and of course, a couple of IT stocks. That will be important to watch out for.
Okay, Varinder, thank you so much for bringing us up to speed with all the Indian companies that have